Okay, so I'm getting all set up. My table is only 4 feet, so I just extended with a couple of 1-inch tubes, clamped them down. Real simple. And I have these sitting on here. I want about 2 inches sticking up above the wood. So I'm holding my cross members down 3 inches. That way when I make my wood top, these will be sticking up. I think that'll look really cool. So holding everything square, I have these magnetic 90-degree blocks. So I just have that clamped to the side of the table. Now I can bump that down, raise it up, whatever I need. Now I don't have to try and hold this while I'm welding. Everything's right where I want it. And with rebar, you have nubs everywhere, so it's hard to clamp it. If this was just rolled steel, smooth bar, you can clamp it, and it's a little bit easier, but I really like the look of this. Take that up to center. Let me show you what I'm looking at here real quick. The pattern in the rebar, I just make that line up, then you know I'm center. I'll give this a turn. Right there. Okay, I'll get a tack weld. I'll check it for square. I'll put my bottom one in, middle one. Then the more assembling you get done, it's a little bit easier. With these first couple, you just really want to make sure you're square and straight. Okay, I only have a day. I'm trying to hurry through this. I'm a pretty good welder, but I am no way a professional welder. I got a little nub there. I'll grind that off. That one looks pretty good to me. That one looks pretty good. Little start wire hanging there. They break right off. So, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'll clean this up, but it's not bad. Not bad. And boogered up right there. So I'll grind that. I'll flip it over. Here's what I'm looking for. I want some nice welds. Somebody runs a finger around there, I don't want them getting cut. So that's what I'm looking for on my welds. Don't beat me up too bad, but I think I'm not doing a YouTube channel on how to weld by any means. It's going good. I have about 2 more hours here that I can put in today. My next move on this, I'm going to do my crisscross. Where'd my paper go? Right here. So just for a little bit of support and looks, I'm going to run a 1/2-inch rebar right down here. And then I'm going to do an X in the bottom. Right up here, one there and one there. I think that'll look really neat on the back side. Of course, nothing up front. We want to be able to get in there and set some stuff on these shelves. So I'll keep going, and that's where I'm at. Okay, so this is all welded up and cleaned up. So I put my magnets against my table. I locked the wheels. And there's a nice little notch in here. These come in very handy. Now this can hold my frame nice and plumb. Kick that bottom out just a little bit. Really didn't need much, and there we go. And then I put one over here. I wanted to show you this. Nice and level. Plumb. There's some debris on that steel. Not so plumb. But I can maneuver that around. So I'll just move this. Let me set up the camera. I'll get this all tweaked and show you the next step. Okay, there it is, all tacked up. Now I can pull it away and get some nice welds around there, and everything's holding real good. I'll check it again when I'm all done and show you that I am very close to being perfectly square. Does it have to be exactly square? Absolutely not, but we want it, you know, we want it as close as we can get it. So I made these to go in the center. Now I don't know if I'm going to put these in or not. This thing is getting quite heavy, and I'm putting rough cut oak on here yet. Now we all know that's not going to bow there. You know, I could just weld these in real quick. I'll get this done and we'll see. To be determined. Okay, so I'm all done with the steel structure. I welded some nice big 1.5 inch, maybe 2 inch washers on the bottoms for feet. Nice and level. Plumb. Right there, we're at about 1/16 of an inch. I can live with that. Oops. And what I'm really happy about is my diagonal square. 65 and about 1/16. Oops. Sorry about that. And 65, 64 and 7/8. So I'm about a heavy 1/8 out of square, and I can live with that. Okay, now up to the wood shop. Let's make my shelving for it. I'm gonna paint this black. I'll probably do that tonight. I'm gonna get the shelving going. Let's head up to the wood shop. This is where I keep all my rough cut lumber. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this live edge stuff up on it. I might take a piece of this up and see what it would look like, but that's going to look really sharp with the rebar underneath it. So let's get a piece up there and see. Okay, so I brought 2 up. Now this painted black, I could hit this with a belt sander and knock some of this loose stuff off. I could leave this and fill that all with epoxy. It's endless, huh? You could use it, you know. What do you think, huh? Now, unfortunately, this side, I'm going to have to saw cut around these. Maybe I could just bow that over a little bit. Something like that. I could do a straight cut at the back wall, because I probably should rip this down the middle and biscuit it together. We all know it's going to cup. I'm surprised it hasn't cupped already. You can see this is starting to turn up here. Maybe I'll have Donna come up and see how she likes this. Might be a little bit too rough looking for down there, or she might love it. Let's find out. Okay, so Donna liked this. I sent her a picture. So if I have about a 2-inch overhang, I slid the board all the way over. I'm going to save this for another project. I think that might just be a little bit too wild looking for down there. So I'm going to bring this out 2 inches. I'm going to find a sharp pencil. And I'll mark those posts, and I'll just drill a hole through it. That way I don't have to notch it, and I'll set it right down in place. Okay, I think that's a pretty neat look. Now obviously these ones I'll have to notch, but I think I'll just bring it out a little bit so I'm not bringing it past the rebar. So it'll just be basically in here. Maybe I'll just 45 these corners off a little bit. Now, how do I finish this? I was thinking about this. Okay, I got to rip this in half, biscuit it together. Do I peel this bark off and see if I can bend that bark around and show live edge all the way back? I could add some over there. Wonder if I could staple it on. Or do you just forget about it and keep it for the front? I don't know. All right, I'll get this ripped. We'll decide that in a little bit. Okay, here is one set of boards all ready to be glued together. I ran a biscuit through it. I line up my pencil marks. So I line up all the boards, and then I just take a pencil and mark them where I want to cut them. So I just got done doing this, and this, and this. I'll do these two right now. Okay, so there is my top board all clamped up. I'll have to go get some more glue. I used every bit of glue out of those 3 bottles, and I can do 2 and 3 shelf here tomorrow. So I'll just let this set, and then we'll send it through the planer. And what's next? Cut the ends. We'll true that up. And true that up. I was talking to Dawn and Emily about leaving these rough, and they said, no, cut them straight. I don't know. I kind of like this. Maybe not quite that drastic, but you know what I mean. Just change it up a little bit. Okay, we all know it's messy in here. We don't need to comment on that. We got 6 projects going on in here. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, there it is. Easy Sunday. Just glued this up. Now I'm going to let it sit. What I want to do real quick, and heck, I'll take your feedback on it. Do I knock this bark off? I was looking at some live edge footage last night on YouTube, and it seems like a lot of guys take a chisel and knock this off. I really like this look, but look how it's always going to be dirty looking in the house. So I'm going to take a sample board. You know, I'll cut a chunk of this off, hit it with a chisel, and I'll compare them. Let's get your thoughts on that. And of course, Dawn and Emily's thoughts. And that's what we all know that's the direction we're gonna go. Okay, so this is the next morning. I'm sorry. This was Sunday morning. I glued these together. This is Monday afternoon. We're done working. So I came over here. Now I'll take the clamps off and start knocking this edge off. Okay, so I have these real nice sharp chisels. Now what I want to do is just bring it back to this line right here. All this will come right off. And how this is just kind of wavy and tapered as well. The shape of the log is round, so that's on a radius. This bulges out here. I want to keep all that. So just follow that. This is my first live edge project. Everything else I've made, you know, square, sanded, routed, real nice. So I'm looking forward to trying this. Watched a couple videos here and there, talked to some people, and here I go. I'm going to try it. For whatever reason, you see me every day in concrete. No gloves off and on. This stuff really dries out my hands. So I started wearing these latex gloves for this. In case you're wondering, you know, Tom, why are you doing concrete with no gloves on, but this I work with this about 15-20 minutes and my fingers are just so dry I can't grip anything. So be careful with that. Well, there it is. I hope this looks as cool on camera as it does live. I gotta hit this little bump right here. Just running the glove down it. There was a big gouge here, so I just feathered that in, and I really like that. I might do more of that. I got just a little bump right here. Feels pretty good. Good enough to stop there. Maybe we'll go to a less aggressive belt. Maybe drop it down to, I don't know, 120, 150, somewhere in there. So let's get these cut to width, get them through the planer. I think I have a little bit of time left. Well, maybe you saw that rip piece go shooting back. That's why you always stand over here away from it or have a push block helping that through. I stood over here, cut my board, and if it fell out like these two did, fine. If it shot back across the shop, that happens sometimes, but you always stand away from it. If it's a smaller board and you can do it, these are long, that's why I chose to stand over here. Just wanted to explain that a little bit. Now that was one pass through the planer, just truing everything up. I'd really like to leave some of this rough cut on here. So I'm only gonna take it down enough to get rid of the glue, get rid of these bumps. So maybe one more half turn on this, and that baby is done. Like, I really like the look of this with this. So all of this we have to go yet. So that's what I'm looking for. Let's see how it looks when I'm done. Okay, there is the top board. Look how nice that looks. So just a light sanding. Next I'm gonna radius this a little bit. I don't want any little people bumping their heads on that. I'm gonna radius this and just cut this straight back. Radius, cut it straight back. I'm gonna do some wood filler in these end gaps. Maybe a little wood filler here and here. Here. And what do you think? Let's get those other two in. I'm excited. I thought it looked a little bit plain with just this, so I went ahead and put a backsplash on there. I really like the rebar sticking up, so I wanted to see this, so I just held it back, you know, a 1/4 inch just to see that. Same on this side. I think it looks really cool. Not to look for everybody, but it's going to work good in my basement. I'm just going to put flat shelves, no backsplash, on this one and this one. So I'll go ahead and get those cut to fit. This is Saturday number 3. You know, I'm ready to just throw on a raincoat and go fire up that sawmill. But I have all these other projects going on, so it's you know, I'm getting stuff done, which is fine. So we'll get this wrapped up. I'll get those cut and stained today, and I might have it installed for Mother's Day. Okay, I'll give you this real quick. Let's get that third one done. I can't wait to get this stained. Okay, There they are all cut and in place. Now I'll just give them a real quick sanding. I have these gaps up here, and I was going to put wood filler and fill them. I still might. I really like that look though. And it's so hard to change from sanding everything perfect to leaving this imperfections in there, which in this piece I feel like it really works. So I'm going to get it stained, and we'll get the boss's approval on it. How's that sound? Okay, Luke and I are staining these shelves. We're doing the bottom side first, and we flip them over and do the top. This is just provincial stain. This is what matches what I already have in the basement. So that's why we're doing this. I was going to use the steel wool and vinegar method. I really like that on oak, especially rough oak. But it wouldn't match anything else in the basement. Okay, how you looking? Okay, so we got one shelf done. I like the gold flake in it. We'll do this and that. And that is what we're looking for. Okay, I'll let these dry, get a coat of lacquer on them, take it down to the basement. Let's see. Nope, still raining. Raining pretty good now. Maybe next Saturday. Okay, today's the day. We're moving these down to the house. I already took one down. There's two. Got my helper, and I think more help is coming. This is everything that needs fixed right here. This is going down. Let's get it in place. See you down the house. Okay, here's my helper carrying it. All right, I'll turn the camera over to Caleb.
This is really hard to hold with one hand and do this.
Well, you're pretty strong.
Yeah, and because my ankle and because my arm's kind of sprained.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Last board. Shelf coming in. It doesn't fit. No. That's me being funny. Okay. Everybody's cleaning around here, so nobody wanted to be on video. Donna, how do you like it?
Send it back.
Send it back?
No, I love it.
Okay, I have a TV stand for sale if anybody's interested. Okay, good. It can stay. That's it. That was a fun project, and I think it really fits in here well. So I'm not sure where all the boxes are going. We might move them down. You know, I don't know. I just threw some stuff on there so you could see it. So thanks for joining me for this fun little project.
Time to swim.
Time to swim. Okay, let's go take that winter cover off. I got the pool all filled up. Cannonball.
Cannonball.
I'm first.
The cannonball first.